I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this tea already, but we're gonna cover it. So all of this started with this tweet from jingo underscore 1016. Jingo is Japanese, but I'm gonna use the Twitter translate option. So again, this is a translation. It's not gonna be exact. Hello, I'm Jingo. This morning, we received many inquiries regarding the announcement made on Good Smile Company account about the production of a Nendoroid figurine of the VTuber Rindo. I was currently traveling when I contacted you, so it took some time for me to find out the situation. Regarding the production of the VTuber Nendoroid figure based on Rindo, I was unable to receive any prior contact from Good Smile Company or the VTuber regarding production-related matters. From my perspective, I was very confused by the fact that a company was planning to produce a figurine based on my character and that I had never heard anything about this. We have currently contacted Good Smile Company and the VTuber in question and are waiting for a response. It's not an individual issue, so it's going to take some time for everything to come together. Please be aware of this and be patient while we wait for the results. Essentially, what this is the VTuber in question is Filian, who is a really, really large creator. And a Nendoroid figure is just kind of like a standard figurine produced by the company Good Smile Company. So when Jingo is talking about Rindo, they are actually talking about this. This is sold on a site called Booth. Booth is a website similar to Etsy where you could purchase assets, except there is a lot of VTuber related assets on here for VTubers and for VR chat that you can purchase. So Jingo is an artist that creates models that VR chat enjoyers can be used. It is created in Blender 2.80.75. And you can purchase this for 7,000 Japanese yen. So Rindo is the name of this model specifically. So here's an example of how this model looks like. Okay, this is not the best image to use, but here is an image of a Filian. So Filian's model that they have been streaming with for a while now is the Rindo model that Jingo created. Same model, just recolored. It's just the eyes and the hair and some assets like the band have been recolored to purple, the hair has been recolored to white. The issue arises is that Filian is taking a model that they have no rights for and producing merch with it that they will make profit from. So if you guys don't know, in the artist world and in the like VTuber world, essentially, VTubers are art. Their model is an art piece. And if you are somebody who gets art, you can purchase art from somebody in the form of a commission. You pay them money to make something. However, if you want to then profit off of this art piece, you need to go and purchase commercial rights to then use that art piece for profit. It is something you have to buy on top of purchasing the artwork itself. So with the case of this model, Filian would have had to purchase the commercial rights for it, or at least communicated with the artist to come to an agreement to use this model for commercial purposes. The reason being, the artist Jingo in this case owns all of the rights to this model, to the Ringo model. And it gets more fucked up because Filian has a history of doing this. This is a tweet from a Sakoko enjoyer stating Filian is in deep trouble if she's been keeping Jingo in the dark about her merch using Rindo's model all this time. Here's a screenshot of Filian stating, "Holy frick, I'm in a video game, been a dream of mine since I started streaming. My skin is available now in Oh Baby cart. Going to stream today to show you what Oh Baby games and I designed. Check reply for now to get access to the game." So this looks like a skin you can potentially purchase in the game of Filian's skin, except that is not a model they own. Also, this model is something else that we will talk about in a second. Here is an example of Filian U2s, which is another 3D figurine that you can purchase of Filian, except this is still the Rindo model. Here's another example. Filian 1 out of 7 scale figurine you can purchase for $235. Again, this is still a model that Filian doesn't have the rights to make money off of. And with Gamer Subs, they made a waifu cup using Filian, except again, Filian doesn't own the rights to this model or the right to profit off of this. And we have Medea Pop stating, "I had no idea that Rindo was totally in the dark about all of this until today." I think maybe they're referring to Jingo being the actual artist, and I imagine the corporations she worked with are in the dark too, because it's very easily provable that she only has personal and not commercial rights for merch. This could get really ugly for her. So we have other people like Pigwin bringing something else up. Hang on, that model design that's in the game is Mint, also from Booth. It is from a different creator though. So again, we're back to Booth, which let me remind you is the same Etsy style site that you can purchase models from that Filian got the Rindo model from. Here is a model called Mint made by this artist. Let's take a look at the Mint model. White hair, short hair with ears, and this cross of a clip on the bang. Let's look at Filian's banner, guys. Do you see any similarities? So if we go back to this tweet about their skin being in Oh Baby games, notice again the same hair, that same plus sign clip in the hair, the same ears. That is the Mint model they were using. So not only was Filian making merch using Jingo's model called Rindo, Filian was also making merch using a different model called Mint. And to back that up, we have a tweet from New Yoi, I'm not gonna say your name right now, I'm sorry. I have a hard time believing this is legal, LMAO. Filian's design is just a recolored VR chat model, and I've seen zero permission or input acknowledgement of Filian from the original designer, nor have I seen Filian credit jingo for the model. It's also weird to me. Then we have Sherry adding this link as well. V credit notation, not necessary, but preferred. Use for tangible goods, please contact the licensor. So here is a Google Drive link with agreements from Jingo. So you can see here, use on media and or in other products. Use in live streaming is permitted. Use in publications is permitted. Use for tangible goods, which are the figurines that Filian was making. Please contact the licensors, aka please contact Jingo, which Filian never did. And then Filian responded. So the response is now gone because the tweet was deleted. Buster Baz says, I just checked the post and it's back up. So this was the reply Filian put. Filian just quote retweeted Good Smile's tweet and just said, uh-oh. And here is the tweet from Good Smile showing Filian's Nendoroid. And this gets messier. So Shiba Core first tweeted, really disheartening to see a big VTuber disrespect booth guidelines, take advantage of booth creators, and try to pass off a model design as their own for merchandise and reselling purposes with zero permission. Insane how nothing was ever passed by the model creator for this. Again, booth being the site you can purchase those models from. Then Shiba follows this up with stating, allegedly she never even paid for the model to begin with. She uses a stolen/illegal free copy of it. Yikes. If you can spend $10,000 on replacing VR, you can buy a 7,000 yen model. They attach some screenshots, and here is the video the screenshots are from. We're just gonna listen to this.
You are so beautiful. I'm so glad that you like this model that I paid $0 for and I'm using for free.
Filian not only was profiting off of the Rindo model, they were also bragging about yoinking it for free somewhere, some way, somehow. Did they actually yoink it for free or are they lying? Who knows? But I'm the type of person that I take everything at face value. Why would you brag about having something for free if you actually did pay for it? So that lets me to believe that Filian is honest in this statement and did actually steal the model. I'm just saying, I'm not opposed to pirating stuff. Yo, if you gotta watch your anime one way or another, you do you. But don't steal from artists. That's different. Basically, people are stating Filian is knowingly doing this because Filian can afford to buy so much VR equipment. Filian is also a big VTuber that is not broke. Like if you look at Twitch tracker right now, homie is averaging 6,600 viewers. You are not broke. Filian clearly would be able to afford a $60 model. And other people were stating too, the other issue, not even streaming with like a pay to use model and then making merch of it, but why is Filian still using the free to pay model? Because this issue will arise over and over and over again. This is nothing against Jingo's art and saying Jingo's art is not good enough, but you're gonna run into licensing issues because as a VTuber, your art becomes your brand, your model becomes your brand. As a face cam creator like myself, my face is my brand. Because they're a large creator, people are going to constantly approach them to try to make merch, constantly approach them to use their likeness of their model for stuff. But they're using a pay-to-use model, one that is publicly available. And for a VTuber of her size, at this point, people are stating that she should just go and commission somebody to make a model that she has 100% rights to. I don't think anybody's gonna forget how she looks like if she commissions a model, or like she would lose viewers for it. That's not the case at all. She could make a huge debut about it. It would get more viewers, etc. I think there's nothing wrong with using pay-to-use models. It's cheap, it's affordable for up-and-coming new VTubers, but they shouldn't have stolen it and then started streaming with a stolen model in the first place. That's fucked up. Flipsy VT is making a really valid point. How to rebrand away from a free model without losing your brand identity. So this is relating to this VTuber called Nero-sama. So this was Nero-sama's original model. This was a model made using Live 2D's free VTuber model girl that you can train your skills on. So they initially started streaming with it. It's free, Live 2D gives you the rights to use it, etc. But once Nero-sama reached a certain size, they commissioned an artist to make a new model for them, this being their new and current model. And if you look at it side by side, it looks similar for sure, but it's not the same. It's not the Live 2D model. It is completely redrawn, completely remade. It has a similar essence, but it's not the same model. And this allows Nero-sama to rebrand off of using the free Live 2D model and still not lose their audience because the model still resembles what their model used to look like. Then we have Nya Baby Mao. What's even more fucked up is that she has a whole dedicated AI art tag while using somebody else's model. AI art, use the hashtag FiliAIN with a capital AI. So they're out here encouraging people to make AI art of their model that they don't have rights for in the first place. Helly really shows how much he values artists exactly. And here's the thing too. I don't get how you can be a VTuber and not value artists because you don't exist without artists. Because a VTuber is nothing without their art. In order to have a model, an artist had to make a model for you or you made it yourself. There is always art in the process of being a VTuber. Some way, shape, or form. It's fucked up to be a VTuber and not value artists. But we have Filian defenders. Oh World states, I've heard her say quite a few times, it's a public model. She doesn't own it. I stay out of piling on other people without truly knowing the full details or at all. Piling on drama is never a good look, even if people tell you it's good for engagement. Filian did state it's a public model. Filian also stated they stole the model, but that's like beyond this point. But having a public art piece and profiting off of the public art piece is two different things. You can stream with a public model that's completely free, but if you don't have the rights to profit off of the model, you are now breaking TOS if you try profiting off of this free model. That's like two separate things. Filian being honest that the model is a public model is not what we're talking about here. We are talking about her blatantly ignoring copyright transgressions and just going around and making money using a model she doesn't own. And then Malmo replies, she knows it's a public model and that she doesn't own it, but she's perfectly okay profiting off it multiple times against the TOS of the original artist. Again, this is a screenshot of Filian's collab with GamerSupps on the waifu cups. Oh World states, you couldn't see how someone offers you a sponsorship and you agree without thinking about the creator of the public asset you're using. I mean, that's telling me that you don't think about it. It doesn't have to be some malicious attack. It can be an honest oversight. It's not an honest oversight and we'll break down why. Deciding you understand it all is a mistake, but you do you. I've seen people come to her and say, somebody else is using your model, and she responds, it's not my model, it's a public asset, anybody can use it. This wasn't some hidden thing, or maybe she's just a horrible, evil person, I'll reserve judgment. Again, the issue is not Filian is using a public model. The issue is this is a public model that you need to then contact the artist to get the rights to profit off of the model by making merch, which Filian didn't do. World states, you realize this isn't some VTuber artist rigger situation. This is somebody who created basically a Minecraft skin who she has never met or probably never even talked to, and she got famous for the character she created using the public skin. Seems easy to overlook. Nick states, that's not an excuse, lol. You're defending somebody who is misusing a model with very clear TOS requirements. Also, again, it is your fault for not reading TOS. It doesn't matter if it's easy to overlook, it isn't. She should be respecting the original artist and at the very least giving full credit, much less the merch issue. World states, totally that's not up for debate. Deciding that it is from a malicious, abusive place and not just oversight that will be corrected is the mistake. Being a small VTuber piling on a big VTuber for clout chasing is just classic setup for regret. The thing is, and I will cover this in a second, Filian has a history of this behavior. Sure, me calling her out is clout chasing, but her making money off of work she doesn't own multiple times without ever contacting the original artist isn't. I'm muting this now, peace. Drama farming, clout chasing, etc. Yep, I'm not defending what happened at all. I'm defending just deciding this person is evil. Like we talked about earlier, if you're gonna argue, Filian potentially got this model and overlooked the commercial rights, Filian, when they initially was streaming, initially was using a different booth model, the Mint model, which is featured here, that they also were using to profit off of. And then the Mint artist contacted Filian, was like, hey, I'm not okay with this, and basically this fizzled out, nothing happened from it. So Filian was aware that they were using a booth model that they were in trouble with the original artist, and then they, I guess afterwards, swap models. I don't know why they swap models, that I don't know. So you can't argue it might be oversight if this behavior happened before that they already got called out for. I am normally a fan of giving the benefit of doubt, except because this behavior happened before, I can't do it anymore. This is a tweet put out by Tragic Heroine, aka Zenith, and I really love what they stated here in case people are attacking Jingo. Some people were calling Jingo greedy for trying to come after Filian for rights. I think Jingo's statement towards the end is a good reflection of the sentiment most artists have in the space. They're not asking for a cut, they're asking for respect so their models can continue to be used by anyone. Artists like Jingo are the opposite of greedy. This is a screenshot. The part I took issue with was that even though VTubers do not own the copyright to the characters, they proceeded with the project through a contract with the company without notifying the original character's creator. Therefore, we have requested that all production schedules for this character merch design project be suspended. I don't need any royalties or incentives. I just want to protect the copyright of the characters. If I were to allow this, such as through the sale of copyright licenses, then any characters derived from my models would have their own copyright, which could result in people who use the same models as their base becoming embroiled in complicated copyright disputes. I want people to know that my booth characters are not models for just one person, but models for all groups. As long as it's not a completely original design, no matter how many revisions I make, traces of the original author remain and I cannot give up the copyright. And I absolutely respect this. Jingo doesn't want any money. And I would argue there would be nothing wrong either if Jingo did want money, a cut of all the profits Filian made from their art. They just want to make sure that the other VTubers who are also using the Rindo model or any of their other models wouldn't get into issues because they look like Filian, because they're all using the same model. Nothing wrong with using a prepaid model. Zenith follows up with stating, this job doesn't pay much. We do it because we like it and we want to give people the chance to have fun. If it was ever about the money, we wouldn't be offering pre-made assets for peanuts. And I'm telling you right now, I sell pre-made assets, not VTuber stuff, but Etsy goods, whatever. Sometimes you can make good money off of it, but the amount of money you make a lot of times doesn't add up to the amount of hours you put into it. You don't make as much as you would make if it was a commission. I mean, I do it because I want to make accessible stuff for people. If anybody profited off of my free assets, that wouldn't be fair, not only to me, but to anyone else who respected my rules and didn't profit. Though there are definitely instances of irresponsibility amongst freelance artists here. Many are more generous than they get credit for. So Filian then put out a statement, and this was shared by Abysmal Ray.
I've been talking to the artist behind the scenes. I don't know if you guys saw her tweet like yesterday, but we're gonna get on proceeding in a way that like protects her rights and, you know, it's compliant with the EUA, the EUA. So I'll let you know when there's an update. But with that being said, chat, are you guys ready to go?
And then we have other people agreeing. Well, agreeing that it's a bad statement, with Sylvana stating, not taking anything seriously, I see. Ray states, I do think it's disingenuous to stream with the same model she pirated from the artist, even after all of this. Wondering if she even paid the artist after. 44 says the model wasn't pirated, but the license isn't. And then Ray says it was. I'm not sure what sources you're looking at, but she literally said it herself.
I didn't know what a VTuber was, but it gave me an idea. What if I took my VR chat model and I started face tracking with it? So what I did was I went and ripped the model from VR chat illegally. I uploaded it into some software that I downloaded off the internet, which is the same software I'm still using today. Because I saw this girl DM video. She recommended this software called Luppet. I said, okay, that'll work. So then I did that. And it hooked up.
So yeah, they said it again. It's not like a one-off statement. By the way, this is part of their subathon where they have 11,000 subs so far, with 11,000 goals being buy a real desk. Assuming they're all tier 1 and she's getting $2.50 from it, she made $28,700 so far from that. So you couldn't spare like 50 USD to buy the model legitimately. Roku Shini states, she sounds so dismissive. You can't tell me this is somebody who cares that they got caught stealing. Buttergut says, not taking any of this seriously, obviously just saying this to get people off her back, not surprised, but still disappointed. Waver says, protect her rights, she's the one who pirated. But Filian has a history of doing suspicious behavior. Some people might state, oh my god, Kat, why are you bringing up somebody's past behavior? That was in the past. Blah, blah. History is history. And if you did bad shit in the past, you're going to be held accountable for that in the future. I really hope that if you did fucked up shit in the past, you can learn and grow and become a better person. Except it is still clear that Filian, to this day, is still stealing and not becoming a better person. So I will still bring up the fucked up shit they did in the past. I hate it when people like to make the argument, don't bring up their past. Don't do fucked up shit and I won't bring it up. There will be nothing to bring up. But if you do fucked up shit, you're gonna get held accountable for the fucked up shit for as long as it's relevant. So I just mentioned this earlier, but this is another tweet from Baby Mao. Dude, no shot she did this once already with the mint model artist. Remember I told you about how Filian had literally tried profiting off of another model off Booth called the Mint model. So this is a tweet from Komodo_Booth. We are currently receiving many inquiries regarding a specific VTuber. Regarding this matter, we do not permit the use of sales model Mint as an original character to sell stuffed toys or to distribute skins in racing games. Please adhere to the terms when using the avatar. And again, this is the tweet in question, okay? How in Oh Baby Games, Filian has their own skin. This skin is the Mint model that Mao is talking about here. And again, here is the Mint model. For everybody that is arguing, oh my god, what if Filian didn't know and this is their first time? They literally did this with a previous artist, got in trouble for trying to profit off of that model, now uses a different model also from Booth, the Rindo model, and they're once again trying to profit off of it without getting rights from the artist. And then Meteor states, not even Filian's suspender model is her own, it's also recolored. And then we have Noah, aka Firebird, stating the suspenders she uses are from this model, with a link from a Booth model, which as you can see is wearing a suspenders outfit with the same black leggings. The suspenders were just recolored. And then this tweet actually involves me. This is tweeted out by Bacon Gooden. Hey, @Filian is lost. This isn't. Take my content, edit it, and upload it to your channel. If it gets 100k views, you'll be paid. There's a huge sum of money for this. How about you pay for the work up front instead of making it conditional and low-key predatory? This is from February 29, 2024, so this is of this year. This is a screenshot that Filian was sending out to editors. Hey, this is Filian. I am looking for people to upload edits of my clips. I'm one of the largest virtual creators in the world with over 1.5 billion views on my YouTube page alone. I live stream on my Twitch and I upload my funny moments to YouTube. We're looking to expand this greatly by recruiting clippers, people uploading my content, while making it easy as possible for you. We provide all the clips to upload. We provide the best free tools for making efficient edits, and we have tutorials on how to go viral, handwritten by me and my editor. The program has been around for a single month and has generated 9 million views already. Our goal is to turn new clippers into great clippers and great clippers into top clippers. The pay is $200 per 1 million views accumulated. They'll send out the payment at the end of every month. The minimum payout is $20 or 100K views. This is very realistic to hit in their first month, and a single viral clip can easily be $200 or more. There is no hard cap on how much you can be paid out, though we will catch view botting. There's a very substantial amount of money set aside for this program. And again, here is proof. And look at the AI art, by the way. This is the owner of the server, and this is their Filian profile, their Discord profile. Here is their other one. And I had made a TikTok video about it, which on a complete side note, a bunch of people are commenting under my YouTube videos being like, oh my God, you're just drama farming, da da da. I've been doing drama content for forever now, for years, but I've only been doing it on TikTok. It's only recently I started doing it on YouTube. So for those of y'all that are calling me drama farmers, yeah, here's a video from a while ago. Actually go follow my TikTok. But your girl got like, I don't know, 500 something K on there. So go check me out there. I'm going to show you my video though, because I think I did a good job covering it.
But others are saying Filian just created a really, really good clipping program. Let's get into it. So all of this started with this tweet that was posted by Bacon Guden on Twitter, who is basically saying that Filian is telling people to take their content, edit it, and upload it to their channel, and that they would only get paid if it gets at least 100K views. And Bacon says, how about you pay for the work up front instead of making it conditional and low-key predatory? So this is what the message that Filian has been sending people has said. To give you a TLDR, Filian is looking for clippers to expand their exposure. They're going to provide the clips to upload and provide free tools for making efficient edits, and will provide tutorials on how to go viral, handwritten by them and their editor. The pay structure is where the controversy is. You'll get paid $200 per 1 million views, and the minimum payout is $20 or 100K views, which means you need to get at least 100 cumulative views to get paid. And then the bullet points of this is
100,000. Oh my God, Kat. Okay, also the reason why I look like shit is because this was filmed in a hotel room because I had to fly to San Francisco to film something, and I filmed in the hotel room because that's when the news dropped.
Very realistic to hit in the first month, and a single viral clip can easily be $200 or more, and that there is no hard cap about how much you can get paid. Also, some people were saying that, oh, this is like a scam, this could be somebody posing as Filian. Bacon provided some screenshots with a screenshot of Filian's account in their own Discord server, so you can see this is their Discord, and then in the new clipping Discord they were linking people to, this is still them. So the public is really divided 50-50 into this, with one vote of people being already clippers. And if you don't know what clippers are, they're basically like fan accounts that will already grab segments of people's streams, cut them out, and make like dedicated fan pages for them. So they've been essentially doing free work. So this user Calf on Twitter said, oh, I guess you've missed the part where we provide all the clips to upload. So basically you're doing barely any work. Another person said this is for VTuber clip channels that are already doing this. So this is basically to bypass like copyright strike laws. Rift Warden on Twitter said, people like me have been posting clips for free as a hobby, so having an extra incentive makes it more interesting. So, I mean, like, you might as well offer an incentive to get more clips. However, the other vote of people are basically saying that Filian is essentially asking people for free labor, because paying for a video that does well is essentially paying for exposure. You're not paying for the labor that is done. You're only paying if a result is met. And allegedly, this was actually a copy pasta message that was being sent to editors on VGen, which is a page where you can hire people to do freelance work. And again, these freelancers already have a set rate. So by sending a message like this, you're basically seeing the rate, absolutely ignoring it, and then sending your own payment structure, completely voiding theirs. And so Faye has a follow-up to this, where they're stating that this is not Filian providing incentives to clippers who are fans of hers and have started a channel. This is her mass messaging editors who have numerous clients and vital income stream from their edits. And that it is really hard to get 100K views on a YouTube video. And $20 for something that is that difficult is very, very low. Also, another person, Strawberry, stating that it was a copy-paste message they also received. Interestingly, another Twitter user, the Sitar Player, stated that only one of her 11 stream highlight videos have reached the 100K threshold, with only 4 of them being over a month old now. So the hypocrisy is, if she can't even get over 100K on her own channel, the expectation that clippers would do it and pay them $20 for it is ridiculous. So anyways, which side of the boat do you fare?
Filian did that, and I personally don't think that's ethical. I am of the boat that I think paying people only if they meet a metric is not fair, and that you should pay people for work, for the actual labor that's done. And then if you want to add an incentive structure on top of it, then that's fair. I have an editor. I have 2 editors, right? And with my main editor, Impact, I pay him an hourly rate. I pay him $35 an hour. I think that's pretty fair. We agreed on the rates because I want him to be paid for the hours he puts in. I'm not going to pay him like, hey man, so if your video gets like this many views, then I'm going to pay you. Otherwise, you're going to make $0. That is another example of some scuff stuff that Filian did. And there's more. This is a tweet that Bunny Queen tweeted out July 8th, 2023, regarding Filian's talent show. All screenshots will be shown in thread. I don't know what CW stands for, but trigger warning, mentions of child loving and grooming. Hello, I hate to have to make another tweet longer relating to Striker Dawson, but here we are again. Recently, it has come to my attention that Striker Dawson was featured in their talent show, being one of his victims of child grooming. This bothered me heavily. So I first contacted Filian on Discord, then I realized this might not be an effective method of communication, so I joined the talent show Discord. Filian advertised for the people interested in participating to let them know. I failed to get a response from Filian, so I contacted their Discord. Here are examples. So this was their DM to Filian. This is a DM to Filian on Discord. Here is a DM to the mod. Basically, TLDR, Striker is fucked up and is really sus. Bunny says, moderator Long Shao, aka Oganku, tells me thank you for this, but we definitely did not expect this kind of outcome following Y-Day's showcase. I'll have to wait for Filian and others' input on this, but I can assure you we would not have knowingly supported this. So this is Paige's rundown of what Striker did. He has done things like asking for inappropriate photos, NSFW art, and roleplayed with a massive Google Drive doc about how fucked up he is. We don't need to go into this in this video, but trust me, it's fucked up. I understood and waited for a response. The entire day went by and there was absolutely zero response. I contacted Longchar as they were the only person responding regarding the situation and never received a response. Next day, I sent a follow-up message in this scenario. They saw but forgot to respond. Still no response. The next day, July 7th, I sent a long message expressing my disappointment on the lack of action being taken as a literal child predator is in the community. No response, but they're now blocked, as in Bunny got blocked. Funnily enough, another victim of Striker joined the server in question and exposed Striker in the server. This was when I brought things into the server, expressing how the moderators failed to take action on a danger in the community who has a history of child grooming. The moderator, Macroween on Discord, considers this as drama and asks us to DM him. We DM him only to find out Longshar had never sent the situation to the moderators, and Macroween dismissed and banned both me and the other victim in question by telling us to send this to the police, despite me already telling him I have. I ended up joining Filian's main server and found out Filian has been active in the main server, as well as Longshar. They have been ignoring me the entire time. I'm disappointed by the lack of concern Filian has for the safety of their community, as well as the moderators dismissing such a serious situation. I had also found out of Striker Dawson being involved in the talent show from an anonymous user who was banned from the talent show server due to being a troll account. Here are screenshots of proof. This is a Macrowayne saying send it to the police. This is a page getting blocked. Proof of them being active in the server. Proof of Filian being active in the server. Proof of Filian being active. Bunny states, I'm not looking for clout or attention. And to add on, the moderator who banned me in question called the situation cringe. And I don't think I need to show too much proof about Striker being fucked up, but here's just one example. From Kiro Gemu, the fact that Filian gave a platform to a child enjoyer and her mods brush it off. This was my experience with Striker, which led to hordes of child enjoyers coming at me unsuccessfully. There's also proof of him grooming other people. Here's a screenshot of an Anya body pillow with Striker tweeting, hear me out, which is fucked up because Anya is supposed to be like, what, 5? And more tweets. Kiro is stating that this is really uncomfortable. Striker says, still going to F it. Kiro says, I sincerely hope that's a joke. Striker says, Kiro, this account is pro lolly. Look who I follow. Look at my likes. Other people. Striker was allegedly politely asked to leave the competition and was never banned, while Bunny and other people who brought it up actually got banned from the server, and Bunny got blocked by mods. And on the side note though, Striker made a new alias called Cash the Safari. I don't know if that's still their alias, but that's what they had last changed their name to. And finally, Filian had also made a George Floyd joke on stream. This is from Hate, stating, imagine being a VTuber who makes jokes about man who died from an act of awful police brutality because of his skin color and just sweeping it under the rug by calling it an edgy joke.
Chat, think about it. I'm not the real streamer, you guys are. You're breathtaking. You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking. Chat, that was an effing quote from George Floyd. All right, is she on drugs or something? No.
So again, whether you take these things out of context and one by one, and maybe you can argue a defense for one of these, not the George Floyd joke, that's fucked up. Maybe you could argue she didn't know about the weirdo in her Discord. Maybe you can argue she didn't know that the model was deaf, but bro, come on. Let's tie all of this together, bro. There is a history of fucked up behavior. Filian has a history of sus behavior, of being fucked up, of doing fucked up things. And other people have gotten canceled sold for way less than Filian has. And Jasmine says it here. Calling it now, VTubing community is just gonna let Filian cry on stream or something, or make a Notes app apology, or once again let her go by without addressing things and continue to let her move on and bring up her shitty behavior towards artists every once and now. LOL. That's the wrap that I have on this. It started with the whole Filian Rindo model situation, but it just kind of goes to show that this is a creator who has a history of doing very suspicious behavior. Suspicious at best and fucked up at worst. I personally don't think they're a good person. I hope they can become better. I hope they can learn from this and become a better person. But as of now, doesn't look like it, right? It sucks that people like this get a platform. I'm not trying to cancel anybody by any means, right? All the Filian stands are gonna start typing in the comments. But bro, there are so many VTubers out there who are super sweet, nice, genuinely good human beings. They're trying to make like a name for themselves. And then you get people like Filian, has a pay-to-use model, doesn't get the licenses for it, then makes merch off of it, including a skin and a racing video game. Then the artist gets upset about it because Filian didn't have the rights. So Filian got a new model that they stole for $0. Then they took the new model that they had and then proceeded to make more merch using the real model. Then got called out by the artist again for making merch and profiting off of the model without getting any rights to it. Filian just says, uh-oh, to that, and tries to brush it under the rug and moves on. And more of their past behavior has been exposed. Like, again, them trying to pay clippers next to nothing, and they were DMing people on VGen about it. So not even trying to incentivize free clippers that are already doing this, but to try to recruit more people from VGen that normally take money for their edits. On top of platforming a child enjoyer in their talent show and in their Discord, on top of making George Floyd jokes on stream. So anyways, they have a history of sus behavior. And I think it is 100% fair to bring up somebody's past if they continue to be a questionable person in the present. Anyways, hopefully they can learn from this, they can become better. And again, much love to Jingo. Their art looks really, really good. And I really hope the artist Jingo can come out of this too, because their rights have been violated so much by Filian. And because it's an overseas situation with Jingo being in Japan and Filian being in the US, it's really probably difficult for anything legally to come out of this, which sucks for Jingo.